back now. Two of them, they're racing really hard. Be careful with them, guys.
come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
No microphone. Hi, guys. So we're going to start that all over again. Because, you know, I just rambled on with no microphone for like a good minute and a half. Like I said, I didn't get any sleep. Oh, you guys couldn't hear that. So hold on. Hold that thought. All right, hold on. Anyway, welcome. Round 2 of today's intro. Officially sponsored by Red Bull. So if you haven't figured out, I'm running on about 3 hours sleep. That being said, I'm going to do my very best to review Project Motor Racing and Rennsport in their current states. Project Motor Racing released an update yesterday. Small little update, little itty bitty guy. Rennsport released a really, really big update, or so we think, because it's been 5 months since they released anything. Now, they split from Nacon, which would be comparable to Trey 4 splitting from Giants. So you can give them a little bit of leeway. That's a pretty big deal. But they have since released their update. Spoiler alert, I played it a little bit already. But, fair is fair. I'm going to do this legitimately. For the benefit of everybody watching. Oil Slick, what's up? Eagles, what's up? Paul, what's up? Jurassic, what's up? Thanks for being here today, folks. Alright. Let's, shoot on over here. I really can't believe I forgot to unmute everything. Mr. Guitarist, what is up? So if we had to guess going into this, before I really, really dive in, what do we think, who do we think is in the lead right now? What do we think I'm going to come out of this going, who's better? The battle of the worst, who does the worst best? Oh, Fogbound. PMR does a lot. Listen, I was hard on PMR last night. I needed to be. Because I'm frustrated. I very, very, very much like Project Motor Racing. I very much like the team. So I'm frustrated when they do unexplainable things. Like, potentially take a big step back on a class of car that was fundamentally awesome. And the game has other issues that needed to be addressed. But I don't want to harp on that again because that's not why I'm here. Not why I'm here. Oh, and before I get into PMR, I am going to swap the windshield shader around. Why? Why do you ask? Because it's still pretty ugly on the game side. So we're going to do it on my end. Real quick, I should have done that before I got on the stream. But again, I wasn't planning on getting on this early. I was planning on getting on at 11 today. And instead I'm on at 9 because I couldn't sleep. Alright, newest shader. Copy. Game files. Data. Shaders. Copy and paste. Replace the file in the destination. Thank you. Alright, we've officially made the game less shady. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Let's get into some PMR. You've heard the console version of PMR is looking better. I could boot it up, but you know, I don't think the MDI has hit console yet. I could be wrong. I don't think it has though. So from my perspective, I'm not really too interested in PMR on console until MDI hits it. For me, at least, to like go review it and stuff like that. Yeah. And we do have the FPS counter up. We're currently loading shaders. That's why the frame rate's like doing all sorts of crazy things right now. All right, we've stabilized, which means shaders have been installed. See if we got anything in here. I did notice this was an update in 2004, if anybody didn't catch it. We now have a category system at the top here. Little UI quality of life, small change, you know. I'll never say no to this stuff. I don't really think it's a priority, but the art team and the menu team, or whatever that would be called, needs something to do. So, hey, I'll take it. I'll never say no to stuff like that. The graphics menu. Oh boy. Come on. We now have a grass slider and a windshield reflection slider, which, by the way, I cannot, especially the grass slider, I don't think does anything yet. Maybe that's there for a future update. Yes, they did drop their DLC trailer today, which I have not watched. I have not watched the trailer yet. I would like to watch it, but I was saving that for a happier moment when I'm less asleep. All right, for now, we're going to turn off game audio just so I can let my music play. Or game music, I should say. So, because Rennsport dropped an endurance pack, I'm going to be starting with endurance cars. So what did they drop? They dropped the CLK. Pretty excited about the CLK. And they dropped the Porsche. Where are we at? Also, the Porsche isn't in this. Or is it? Yeah, it is. This is also what they dropped. The Porsche 962. Rennsport. Trying to think of a track, because they also dropped Le Mans, which is good. Rennsport. We don't have Le Mans yet in PMR, but I want to compare them on somewhat of a equal playing field. They both do have Nords, and I like Nords, obviously. They have Daytona, so you know what? We'll do Group C. We'll do this. Yeah, we'll do it all on this. That'll be the plan there. Let's go. Get 16 cars on the grid, so 15 AI. Let's screw it. Let's go 100%. Why not, right? You only live once. The original AC, a 14-year-old game, is miles better. My papa, can you do me a favor? Just think for a second. It's a 14-year-old game. This is not even in year one yet. Or it's halfway into year one. AC has been carried by modders. An infinite team of research and development. This game has had 6 months. Fundamentally speaking, and through time, AC should be better than everything. It has an infinite amount of people able to make things for it, and it's been able to make it for a very long time. You would expect that game to do whatever you want it to do.
Two Porsche P cars, four back, two of them.
No? That being said, we're comparing Rennsport and PMR today. Not AC.
Two of them, they're racing really hard. Be careful with them, guys.
Yeah, Rennsport has had the Daytona... Oh, wait, it has the Daytona Oval? Did they add that, or am I just... Oh, ironically, where my music is playing PMR. Interesting. All right.
The track needs rubbering in.
Ah, my shader is so much better. Hold on, though. I gotta turn off. I want to keep this authentic. Because I did turn this on to test yesterday. The, I also want to turn off leaderboard. It's ugly. All right. Hold on. I can't hear. My music's way too loud. I knew something was wrong here. There we go. Dial that back a little bit. Yeah, not for nothing, but OGAC too. Like, if you're going to compare the team developing the game to the team developing the game, you have to compare AC as its game. The game you go to Steam or wherever and download and install. What you get with that game, that's the content, not the modded content. You cannot compare modded content to an actual developed game. All right, let's restart this. Now we actually can hear the game.
The track is green right now, so grip will be low for a while.
For example, I'm running a modded shader right now for my windshield, or for all the glass in the game. So all the glass is nice and clear. That's the way I like it. Look how good it looks, by comparison. But I feel like I've complained enough about the shader in the game that we know how I feel about it. So I'm going to do everything back to back. Meaning I'm going to be flopping back and forth repeatedly in games. By the way, you notice we're parked on our FPS limiter at 144, and we have about 25% GPU usage left. Oh, missed that. First time driver here, boys. Oh, I don't have penalties on, so it doesn't matter. But, mind you, I am streaming, so I'm using my GPU to stream, and we still have overhead, which is good. This game has come a long way. Again, credit where it's due. This game right now, what I'm seeing right here, looks really good. I'm very happy with this. Oh, not happy with my braking ability, though. First time driver, boys. They did fix that. I'm happy about that. 2004 fixed something that I specifically hated. That started in 2.0 was the wheel lockout in a lot of these cars. You couldn't turn these cars anywhere near their full lock. Now they fixed it, which is the way it was originally, unfortunately. And Group C AI at 100... My God, I forgot how to drive Group C. Either that or the Group Cs have gotten a lot harder. But I have totally forgotten how to drive these cars. Yeah, I'm gonna go on Le Mans, but I can't compare it direct. Right now, I'm trying to do one-for-one comparisons. I will get on Le Mans though and see what that's like in Rennsport. Man, I can't keep the ass underneath these cars. I don't know. Now, what's everybody's thoughts of these right now? Is this... Obviously, I'm overdriving this car a little bit, which is causing all this to happen. You can drive anything. But where do we feel the Group C's stand in terms of their stability? Me, personally, I feel like... I don't know what happened, but at some point, the tire model devolved in this game. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a sore loser because it's too hard and I'm just a peasant who can only play Forza now. But from my perspective, I feel like the Group C's are just... You know me. When this game first came out, I was all about Group C. It was the only car I wanted to drive. Now, look at. I'm barely moving right there. I'm barely going through that turn. Oh, there's a wall in front of me. I'm sitting here. I'm like, why can't I go? Couldn't see that wall. By the way, guys, I know jokingly about Forza, but I couldn't drive these cars previous to playing Forza recently. After 2.0, for some reason for me, these cars just became undrivable. Or I shouldn't say undrivable. That's the wrong terminology. Unpushable. I cannot find a stable pace with these cars. I lose the rear end no matter what I do. See? Like, I'm going slow right there. What are my tire temps at? Can I even see that with this wheel? Yes, I can. They did change them, so you have to drive them with finesse and not in anger. But the reality is, though, is like, what were these cars like to drive in real life? Super insane, high downforce prototype cars. Were they this fragile to drive? That's the reality of the situation. Because that's what the cars should be. They should be whatever the real cars were. They're super stable on curves, but I can't keep the rear end. Look at that. Look at my throttle. Pay attention to my throttle inputs when I'm losing the car. I don't know how to push these at all. Like, I will be... Look at the AI is catching up to me for a lap at 100%. There is no way I will ever find 100% AI pace. Not a chance in hell. It's a small update, Trev. But I want to compare this car. So, like, the next thing I'm about to do is do this exact thing in Rennsport. I'm going to jump back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It might seem a little tedious, but the only way my brain, my old-ass, stupid brain, is actually going to memorize things is I have to go back and forth. What's going on, Matthew? See, like, I am coasting through that turn. And the rear end wants to slide. $45 miles an hour. I feel like I could... Alright, let's pause for a sec. I want to watch the stream and see how much throttle I gave it to lose control of the car right there. Because I feel like I barely touched that throttle. Alright, let's watch. About, I would say, 1/3 throttle. I'm losing it. Alright, let's watch. Watch the bottom right screen. Yeah, that's second gear, not first gear. At about just, I would say... My brain's not working. 3/8 throttle. I'd say maybe 3/8 throttle. Right here, watch. Second gear coast, a little bit of throttle coming out of the turn, and that's it, it's over. Tires are fully up to temp. You know? I don't know. To me, that seems a little under-gripped. Maybe this is a setup issue. This is a default setup. See, this is my biggest thing. Default setups shouldn't need setups to just go around the track, you know? Default setup should always be a very good, very balanced driving experience, and then the user can dictate, hey, I'm willing to give up a little bit of stability for a little bit of speed, and vice versa, you know? And obviously there will be details here and there to figure out what it's doing, you know? But right now, I feel like the default setup for this car is way off the mark for being able to get around Daytona. And that's Daytona. Daytona's an easy track, you know? Levy, the AI is never going to be fixed. No game is ever going to fix their AI. Play any sim across any game. Forza Horizon, with millions and millions of dollars, has the worst AI that I have ever seen. Ever. AI is garbage, period. It's just always going to be that way. So, in that regard, not to write your comment off or anything like that, but the AI is never going to be a light switch. We're like, hey, look, it works now. It's great. It's perfect. It does everything every user who plays this game is ever going to want out of the AI. It's never going to happen. Literally never going to happen. iRacing's been around for 18 years. They have the best AI, and it's still not perfect. That being said, let's jump over to Rennsport and see what their AI and their single-player experience looks like in the exact same regard. Rennsport. I'm not going to read the patch notes. I did that yesterday on stream. What is the rear wing angle? I'll look at it when I jump back in again, JT. There's just, like, I mean, you can blame my driving, and that's fine. But, like, I can tell you, I am so aggressively under-driving that car and still losing the rear end that... Oh, this is one thing I'm very much annoyed by. Having to sign in every time you clear your cache in the game. And I clear my cache every time I use my computer, so naturally. All right, quick session. Let's select car. Here we... Oh, let's see, okay. All right, here we go. 962. Select track. We want to be on Daytona. They do have the oval. Did they add that, or was that always there? Either way. All right, so session settings. Drivers and cars. We want no GT1, we just want Group C. Edit grid. Pro AI max 12 car grid. So, like, even on PC, guys, even on PC, the max AI you can run is 12. So that's advantages to PMR. You can run 32 grids. This you can only run 12. All right, let's start quick session. Ooh, frame rate's not looking great. Oh, what's going on with my wheel? What the hell? Hold on. We're not... I forgot we're not also in DLSS. We got to be in DLSS to keep everything comparable. We're running in DLAA, which is... All right, here we go. Save changes. So our frame rate is lesser with less cars. I don't have my H pattern. That's on me. I don't have my H pattern bound in this game yet. Restart race. I gotta use the paddles for now. So our frame rate's better in PMR, FYI. What is happening here? What? You guys good? You guys good? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. You got it. You got it figured out. You found reverse. That's good. Oh, you're hitting me again. Why are you... I'm not even on the... What? Restart that. I would like to not have that. Maybe it was a glitch. Maybe their AI is actually way better and that was just a glitch. One off. Why am I can't... They're upside down on my rearview mirror. What's up with this audio? Also, this wheel is, like, muted. Force feedback does not feel good in this car right now. I feel nothing. Look at this. Oh, this game doesn't have telemetry on PC either yet. So I have no shift lights. I have to look at the dash. And, of course, my round wheel falls right where the shift light is. Wow, that guy's flying. I don't even care. I'm just too busy looking at the AI. Make it so I can see. Yeah, this force feedback, guys, is not good. Like, not good at all. The AI is also not fast. This is the fastest the AI can be right now. He's on his roof. I don't know how, but he is. That guy's on his roof. I mean, at least the rear end of the car, I guess, is staying underneath it. Or I should say, behind me. By the way, there is pretty extreme ghosting. So for everybody saying the ghosting is because of the Giants engine in PMR, this is UE5. And there is ghosting. This is the weirdest audio I've ever heard. I suppose it could just be the car. This AI is a parking lot. I'll be honest with you. I have no idea what the car wants to do or is doing because I can't feel anything. Truly, I feel nothing in the wheel right now. I feel this crazy. There's nothing in this wheel. All right, that's I'm gonna save my thoughts for a little while from now on that. We're gonna change cars, see if it's just the car. Oh, hold on. Five months. 5 months. New multi-class. Let's add GT1 to the mix. Now I can select the car that I want. We're going to jump in my personal favorite, GT1, the CLK, which is usually the hardest car to drive in just about every sim I ever played in. I haven't seen the trailer, but I've seen the cars already. The cars are pretty cool. If you're into old cars, you're going to like the DLC. If you're into newer cars, you're not going to like the DLC. That's the reality of PMR. That's the honest truth. If you like old cars and you like unique experiences from old cars, you're going to appreciate the DLC. But if you're looking for a GT3 experience in a different body, you're going to absolutely hate the cars. Mustang doesn't sound American. Is this Wreckfest? It basically is Wreckfest. That's how it felt anyway. All right, we're going to see how the game handles multi-class. I should try and bind the shifter quick. Hold on. Let's back out of this. Let me see if I can bind it, because they specifically mentioned that in their patch notes. You can bind an H pattern now. So let's find that. Wheels and pedals. It's bindings, TC. Nothing there. Cameras, car. Upshift, handbrake. Gears, here we go. Okay, first drive. Let's see if this works. Okay, that bound. Good, good, good. I like basic things that work. It's always appreciated. I'd much rather drive these cars with an H pattern. I don't like driving paddle shifts with cars that just don't ever have paddle shifts. How do I bind neutral? Hold on, let me try something. Do this. Neutral? Nope, no way to bind it. That's fine. Alright. Get back in it. Yeah, AMS2 is definitely a nice one to have in your arsenal. If you like the way PMR is in sort of its genre, you'll like AMS2. You might not appreciate the driving as much, though. I don't know. It depends on what you think about PMR and how much you like grip versus no grip and all that jazz. I find some people like cars that just slide around. Okay. I mean, I do too when I want to slide them around. When I don't want cars to slide around, I get very upset when they slide around. All right, here we go. My personal favorite GT1 car. Let's see how they did it. So far, I got no, make sure my shifter is still working. Man. Hold on. Shifter working in Sim Pro? Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it bound. So it did bind. Y'all saw that. It bound. Let's go back into options and make sure that it's still bound. All right, the gears are still bound. Maybe there's a an assist I have on that's preventing it. Hold on. We're not out of the woods yet. Gameplay. Assists. Manual is the lowest it goes. Lifts. All right, let's try manual. Manual. No protection. Driving, anything? Save changes. Stability control, we want that off. We don't want that on. We're going to have that on. We got to put the assist on in PMR. Full transparency there. Save changes. All right, let's see if that restart race. See if we have control yet. It literally does not work. Sick. And Rennsport, man. So there's one AI that's competitive. And it's a Group C car. Why is ABS? Why does this car have ABS? Why does it have ABS? This car does not have ABS. What is the force feedback doing, man? There's nothing there. Admittedly, the car is a lot more gripped up. Well, then again, I didn't drive this in PMR yet. AI just, yeah, sure, whatever you got it. Also, I don't know what this vision... I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you pay attention, you'll see the Mercedes emblem ghosting. Dude, this force feedback is awful. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be nice, but I can't pull my punches on that. I can stuff the brakes in this car. This car has ABS. I have all the assists off right now. So H pattern doesn't work. Despite being able to bind it, so the game is registering it. This is so unfinished, man. How? 5 months. This is the only expansion. Admittedly, it's got good rear grip. But, I mean, this always has been an easier game to race in. Like, I really can't hurt the rear end of this car. In my opinion, ideally, I would imagine grip is probably somewhere in between PMR and this. Because last time I recall, this car was also very hard to grip up in PMR. This thing is parked right now. Frame rates, just, yeah. It's like, even though it looks like it's only got a couple frames less, it's the fact that I'm sitting on I'm not on my frame rate limiter, which is 144. And I'm out of horsepower. Hey, we lost the rear end a little bit. This is notchy and... Yeah, it's not... Let's jump over to PMR and try how that feels with CLK. Alright, so we got a baseline, if that's what you want to call it there. Maybe I've just driven the worst two cars in the game. And maybe the other car, which admittedly I already forgot what it was. Oh no, that was a... Never mind. That one car... I'm sorry, that wasn't a Group C car. That wasn't a Group C car. That was a Porsche. The GT1 Porsche. That was a 5090 with DLSS, yes. But keep in mind, Trevin, in all fairness, I'm streaming. But the frame rate's been better in this. With more cars on the grid, frame rate's better in PMR. Why does the engine sound like it's losing fuel pressure in the straights? Maybe the car they pulled audio from on YouTube was losing fuel pressure in the straights. I don't know. The car didn't sound good. That was, in the nicest way possible, that was potentially the worst sounding CLK I've ever heard in a video game. Yeah, we're building shaders here, so when you see it stutter like that, it's building shaders. Speaking of building shaders, that clear glass shader looks damn good, boys. All right, here we go. Rennsport needs updates and quick. That was 5 months of updates so far. Who's getting the new Zeus wheel line from Simagic, Brian? I may or may not have some of them here. You may or may not see tomorrow. I don't even see art, for what it's worth. I don't see the slightly nicer graphics. Maybe if I could... Mind you, I haven't played Rennsport in a while. But it looked the same to me. Anyway, like, I don't know what you guys are seeing on the stream, right? Because the stream highly compresses things. Even though I'm streaming in 1440p, there's still a boatload of compression. And there's nothing you can do about that. On my end, PMR visibly looks way better. Truthfully. There are some details that are better in Rennsport, I would say, but not anywhere near the same level.
Okay, mate, we expect grip to be low out there at the moment. Track is green. Track is green.
Yeah. My shift light on my wheel is way off. It's going off way too early. Hold on. That's causing me to short shift really bad. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta fix that. I can't have that. It's at 87%, but that's supposed to be... It's not auto switching. It's just how it says Forza. Because Forza, for some reason, is not the same. Hold on, let me check something here. PMR. Alright, that's why. So it didn't auto swap. That's what I want to happen. I didn't have that selected. So devices. Let's switch this over to expand preset, EJR. Let me get rid of this one. Delete. EJR. There we go. Now this should say, what, 97%? There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Would you just look at it? I knew I was short. I'm shifting on my wheel, and I'm like, audibly, it sounds like I'm short shifting. All right, let's try it again.
Okay, mate, we expect grip to be low out there at the moment. Track is green.
I'm not a Simagic ambassador. I'm a peasant. Force feedback's already 10 times better. It feels like there's a car. Excuse me, boys. These are way more, so far anyway, this is way more stable than the Group C. I mean, it should be, at least from a power standpoint. I mean, I would say the audio sounds way better in PMR for this car, wouldn't you say? Or am I way off base on that? I think this car sounds amazing. And it drives way better. It feels like there's like, I mean, it's probably all the force feedback if I had to guess. There is definitely some not so nice, like, lighting in this game. Reflection, whatever it is, where everything just looks very washed out. I know I've complained about that a long time, but I'm still gonna. The PMR has some of the best and worst lighting in a game. There are certain aspects of the day that look incredible, and there are other aspects of the day that look not so hot. Oh, I went in way too hot. Yep, way too hot. This drives good. I'm all about this. This is way easier to drive. I shouldn't say easier. I can push I mean, I guess that means it's easier. I can push a lot more in this than the Group C car, the Porsche I just drove in PMR. What am I bullshitting about, Brian? Yeah, but from a video game standpoint, Fogbound, it just doesn't look right. I know what they're going for. They're going for realism. The problem is realism doesn't look good. Especially when it translates to a video game. Like, there's a lot of the color palette in here that looks really good. And then there's a lot of things that just kind of, well, don't. Oh no, people definitely don't want realism. They really don't. I agree with you 100%. 100%. You think the inside of this car sounds like this in a helmet? All you're gonna hear is gear whine. This actually sounds too good. I've spent enough time in a helmet in real life to know that I don't care what the car or bike is, you're not going to hear anything good. It's all going to sound terrible. Like, if I wanted this car to be more realistic, it sounds way too good. I hear way too much good sounding engine right now. It's too clean. Admittedly, it sounds fantastic, but it doesn't sound like the mirror image of what would be realistic inside a helmet in a race car. But I don't want it to either. This sound this car makes is what I want. Man, if only the BMW NGT drove like this. So, alright, couple things to note. Sorry. That was my couldn't sleep alarm. 10 o'clock. Anyway, couple things to note. PMR, better frame rate. Much more stable frame rate. Much more stable frame rate. In the beginning, when these games first launched, it was the other way around. Rennsport had the better frame rate. And they're both running max settings with DLSS on while I'm streaming. Comparing endurance-related specific cars. The Porsche 962 Group C car in Rennsport drives way too easy. But I also feel, that's how I know it drives way too easy. I don't feel anything through the wheel. The force feedback delivery is terrible. And I'm not really losing control of the car. I'm just kind of pointing it and shooting and going wherever I want. In PMR, I think Group C is probably a little too difficult to drive in terms of suspension of disbelief and realism. I feel like in real life, those cars, again, I've never driven them, but I've driven enough high horsepower things with less grip than those cars. And I feel like in real life, I'd be able to be more aggressive on the throttle than I can in Group C in this game currently. So in my opinion, from a realism standpoint, if I had to guess, because again, I've never driven an old school Group C car, and I never will. But if I had to put myself, using my experience, in the hot seat, I feel like splitting the difference between where Rennsport is and where PMR is probably where that car should be. Because I can drive this car so much more aggressively. Now, mind you, it is technically a slower car, yes. But I mean, the way I'm putting power down in Group C, I'm not putting power down. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just losing the rear end. It's like I don't know what it's on for tires, but I understand they were not easy to drive. You have to understand, Skeet. Everybody who's a race car driver is going to tell you a car is or is not easy to drive because they're referring to driving them at the limit. The problem is determining where that limit is the part that is difficult when it comes to creating realism. Everybody says, who's a professional race car driver, that hypercars, LMDHs, are harder cars to drive than GT3s. However, an LMDH car, driving it to the pace of a GT3 car's limit is way easier to drive because the limit is so much higher in an LMDH car. So if you slowed the LMDH car down to what a GT3 could do, which one do you think is going to be easier to duplicate a lap time? The LMDH car is going to be easier because it's nowhere near its limit. And right now, I guarantee you that if I got in this car and then got into a Group C car in this game, this car is going to be easier to put down the same lap time, the same number. Which shouldn't be the case. The Group C car should be easier to drive at the pace of a GT1 car. That's my point. All right, so let's go over to... let's jump in the Porsche now. Because this was the other added car in Rennsport. Rennsport update that bad? So far, it's not good. It's not good. Using the static wheel only gives you shifter light. Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about, Art. Yeah. All right.
You expect low grip out there for a while, mate. Track is green. Track is green.
This is what I would expect, though, out of AI, honestly. 100%, I mean. I am not a 100%, like, 100% AI should beat you. That's the reality of it. It's the hardest it could possibly be. Like that. Oh. First contact. And not with the alien kind. Yeah, this car drives good. This car drives solid. That's usually when you see that, Skeet, it's because they already had an AI bar set and they had to raise it because the AI wasn't fast enough for some people. Which is why I say the AI should always be, like, the number itself shouldn't really be, it should be irrelevant. 150% is like, 100% is maximum. That's the reality of how percentages work. Whenever people say 1,000%, 150, these are made up numbers. 100% is the peak. How percentages. But at the end of the day, though, the hardest AI should always be faster than you, and you can scale it down to find your skill set. When people complain that the 100% AI is too hard, my brain gets a little bit dumber. I swear. Because what happens when the AI is too easy at 100%? You can't scale them up. That's it. They're out of max. AC Evo has got work to do. Does AC Evo have any GT1s in it? I don't think it does. I think the AI in all the games sucks, personally. I think iRacing has the only one that has decent AI. But it's iRacing, so... Alright, so this car drives just as good as... Actually, I think it might even drive a little bit better than the CLK. I just like the CLK better for obvious reasons. Oh my god, I hit him. Alright, so GT1 gets a solid pass for me in PMR. Like, I drove the two cars that are in Rennsport. For sake of comparison to Rennsport, so far, in PMR, these cars drive awesome. Let's jump back over to Rennsport now and drive the exact same car. Let's see. Backity back. Don't talk back. Yeah, I agree. DePrank. There's definitely some work to be done there, without a doubt. It's one of those things where with PMR, if you... in the nicest way possible, there's a lot of things that they have to work on from a list standpoint. So you have to prioritize things. And as much as the visuals can be, like, somewhat annoying, they're not game-breaking. Game-breaking things always go to priority. So Join in Progress is all hands on deck right now. After Join in Progress, we've got the pretty game-breaking experience of online with collisions. In my opinion, that is the worst aspect. Join in Progress is a mandatory feature, so that, I believe, is coming soon. But the collisions, in my opinion, is more... Right now, I would rather race the AI offline from an enjoyable standpoint than go on the online and race people. Because they drive the same. They hit you. But at least in this game, in single player, when the AI hits you, it makes sense. The physics seem right. It might be a little bouncy, but for the most part, contact feels like contact. Online, phasing, there's all sorts of Star Trek action going on, you know? Oh, they do. Fogbound, they absolutely do. They absolutely do. I don't, in my opinion, for me, I stay out of LMDH and PMR. It's just not. There's a couple scenarios where, like, the LMDH on Daytona was fun. Now that they oscillate, I just have to modify force feedback now to drive them. You know? I don't know. I don't know why that class is such a challenging class for them, but it is. But either way, I don't drive them, so. Like LMD, for what it's worth, and this is, again, this is just spade to spade. I think PMR has the worst LMDHs. I think AMS2 is my favorite to drive, ironically, is my favorite to drive LMDHs in. Even though the cars slide, they seem stable. It's a very strange sensation in AMS2. But I think they drive the best. Then Race Room. Then probably LMU. Yeah. All right, this is the Porsche. Let's get in the Porsche. Yes, Canadian, after the patch. I do not like the LMDHs in PMR. Simple as that. Look at the AI behind me! Oh, he just killed me. He didn't like what I did to his buddy. Well, this is the best sounding one so far. Oh my god, that's probably my fault, but... I guess we'll try that again. We'll get a good start one of these days. I guess I'll just go slow. Let's follow them. I'll just go slow. No force feedback, nothing. No idea where my tires are right now in this. Guys, do you need my opinion? Truly. At least this car sounds good. I don't know how accurate at all this sounds, but it sounds good. Of the 3 endurance cars added, this is the only one I like the sound of. There's no force feedback. I don't know where you're going, buddy. Track's over here, though. Look at this. Those are Group C cars at 100%. What is this AI? You're gonna love it, Skeet. You're gonna love it. It's just refreshing to play a game that's just day one done. I understand it's a millions and millions and millions. The budget is not even comparable to these Sims, so I get it. But like that's the reality. Is it's like it's just oh my god, that guy just drove straight into the wall. This is comedy. So far, though, I can drive this. I'll say this. Of the 3 endurance ones, drive the Porsche. Well, the GT1 Porsche, not the Group C Porsche. That thing sucks. This is ridiculous. Let's see what the collision is right here. Hold on. Hey! I got a purple sector driving through the AI. Nice! I'll take it. Hold on, look at the lap times. The AI in front of me is doing 143, while the rest are doing 216, 217, 220. They literally didn't touch the AI. I'm sorry, they did not touch the AI. There's no way. H pattern doesn't work. I guess we can jump in GT3 in a bit. I want to get on Le Mans first, though. No idea where the track limits are in this game. This is some fantastic force feedback. All right, I've seen enough of that one. Let's jump over to what we're all here for, though. Le Mans. I can't wait for PMR to get Le Mans. Guys, I know, like I said, I know I was a little harsh on PMR last night, but I feel like every once in a while, even it's, you know, even the game's biggest proponent, that's not a word. I just made that up. Biggest advocates need to be harsh on it for reality. But I'm very much wanting to see that game succeed in the long term. I want to see Rennsport succeed in the long term, but when you make me wait 5 months for what I'm experiencing today, I'm telling you, this is making, like, at least single player. Now, mind you, I would imagine Rennsport's online racing is probably better. I mean, it has been better in the past, so. But in a single player experience so far, fundamentally between driving the cars and driving the cars with AI, that's not a comparison. It's not so far. But maybe Le Mans will be fucking incredible experience. There's also this Kuala Lumpur track, too. Community content. Wait, they didn't even make that one? That took a modder to make? Man. They gave us one... Whatever. I'm... Shut up, Evan. Just play the game. Let me get my next Red Bull quick and use the bathroom, and then we'll get into this. Collect your thoughts, folks. All right, so real quick, what I want to say is this. in defense of Rennsport. The hardest part of the past 6 months is behind them, outside of maybe going out of business if that happens. But the split from Nacon, that happened. It seems like they've recovered from it. They landed on their 2 feet-ish. But the game is still alive, and we got content. So they're past that hump. So hopefully now that that's over with, the progression starts to feel more like PMR's progression. Because I can definitely say, in the past 6 months, there is no comparison to the progression. All right, here we go. So happy my H pattern works. I was really looking forward to that in the update. I'm glad they put that in the patch notes and let me bind it so it doesn't work. Thanks for racing, boys. Good time. There's just nothing in the wheel, man. Look at this. So based off of the deficit, it seems the game only programs one AI to be quick, and the rest to be dog shit slow. Frame rate, 130. We are not sitting on a limiter to get that number. That is what the game is able to produce, or this 5090 is able to produce. With DLSS. Don't believe me? DLSS quality. Now we're on DLAA. Now it's true max graphics. But this is not comparable to PMR. Both games are running DLSS. But why not? Let's see what we get for frames at max. 103. Double digits. I get substantially higher frames in Forza, loading an entire world. Whoa, whoa, we lost the rear end there. Finally, something happened. So she didn't like going the 2-1 there. That's not good, Skeet. That is not good at all. I'm not exactly setting a record with viewers right now. Oh boy. I hate this force feedback, man. This is terrible. I just don't feel anything. I have to use my eyes to see. I mean, obviously you have to use your eyes to see. But I mean, that's my only visual aid, my only sensation. For DLAA, this is not looking good. Honestly, I think DLSS looks better, truthfully. Which, I mean, that's good, I guess, or I don't really know. Yeah, I definitely think the image looks better with DLSS on. Like sharper, clearer. Which it shouldn't. DLSS quality is rendering at 1440p and then upscaling to 4K. DLAA is rendering natively at 4K. It should always look better at a native resolution than an upscaled one. And this game looks better upscaled. So no brainer if you're playing Rennsport on an NVIDIA graphics card. Use DLSS. Don't use DLAA. I don't know where that cone just went. That cone just went... Whoop! Right into the... Gone. Gone. All right. Let's do what matters now. Let's do what they've... let's at least drive the cars that they've had in the game for a minute. Hold on. Haven't dropped the price yet. I'm curious if Rennsport's going to get a more positive outlook in the medias than PMR is. Because if that's the case, then this is what I truly believe is going on. That's the only explanation. This is not what a Mustang sounds like. Well, at least the AI went straight. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. They hit the brakes really, really hard right there. H. At least this feels better than the endurance cars. In all fairness, I could see this particular race online being fun. But, like, this is the reality of this scenario. If I was on PC, which I am, I would not buy Rennsport for this one race. And if I was on Xbox, I would play Forza Motorsport. And if I was on PS5, I would play Gran Turismo 7. For this one race. I don't feel anything. Fallujah. I can't tell you that, because that's not even close to reality. It look, for what it's worth, this sense of speed, this looks pretty good. There's positive here. There is positive here. It just needs so much work that, like, I can't. I felt none of that. I felt literally none of that. Yeah, I mean, if it came to me, the two biggest things that bother me the most right now with PMR, collision physics and the player base. There's good people still playing it, but there's a lot of toxic people still playing it. These guys are flipping over. I don't even care about track limits right now. Not a whole lot of point. Oh my God! It's Armageddon behind me. This is gnarly, man. Look at you can see ghosting. You guys might not be able to because of the compression of the stream, but the whole car is ghosting. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. That's fine, it's fine, we're fine, we're fine. Look at the wings. Or the wing, sorry. Look at all the ghosting coming off the wing. Tell me it's a Giants engine issue in PMR when this is on UE5. All right. We got customs now, though. Let's check that out. Scott's Custom Contest. Let's jump on in. You know, again, this isn't... I don't like to talk trash about a company because you never know what's going on. But, like, right now, the experience from this makes me so happy I have PMR. I'm not waiting 8 minutes for this to start. Let me do one more test, and then I'll jump over to PMR and do the same test. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't want to drive the Mustang. I don't want to drive the Mustang. Yeah, Fallujah, there's not going to be a whole lot of change with this update in PMR. Just being fully transparent there. Rennsport means motorsport in German. Okay, that's cool. All right, I want to get in the Merc. Are you referring to a motorsport, Fallujah? I am going to jump in that Hyundai. I want to drive it. That basically the electric DeLorean. Let's keep the perspective identical. Why are you pitting me? He just drove, two of them just drove into the wall. He's in the grass for no reason. Hi, buddy. Ooh, the upshift sounds pretty good. Shifting sounds pretty good in this. That sounds good. Engine sounds nothing like the right car, but the shifting sounds good. Looks very human. That's true. I will say, the AI has improved in GT3. It has improved. For whatever that's worth. Rennsport does a lot better job with their shadows. Like, a lot better job. Like, see how dark it is inside the trees? That looks good. That's what PMR is missing. It's almost like it's SSAO. Screen spaced ambient occlusion for the acronym deficient. Grass does look good. Oh! Killed him. This is driving nice. It's not detailed like the force feedback or anything, and I don't really know what to think of like the physics of the car because I can't feel anything. But like it's driving nice. Predictable. This Audi is pretty stupid. Out of the way. Oh, apparently I'm still registered for that. See, that's nice. Props, Rennsport. Props, Rennsport. I've registered for a race and I'm in a single player and you're letting me know. That's how long. Huge props. Huge props. PMR, please, take note of that. The hell? Okay. Oh! That was unrealistically easy. Like, I could have went through that so much faster based off what I was just told right there. Let me see something here. See how this works. Confirm as ready and join contest. See if this works out. Give it a shot, right? No problem, Vel. Appreciate the sub. More saturated, color grading, more contrast, yeah. Yeah, that's what PMR needs. They definitely need a little bit of contrast. Darkness. They're really rough with that, and with balancing dark and light in their game, and I think that's their biggest problem. I think that's why their nighttime racing is so difficult to see. It's fine on PC, but it's not on... And by fine, I mean it's not actually fine. It's just, I can see. I can get by. Console players, it's darker, and you really can't see. How many drivers in customs? I don't know, but there's 4 in this race, as you can see. core visuals are here. They're yeah, I will say their contrasting is way better in this over PMR. Like, just looking at the pits, the way the shadows actually work, like, it is a lot better. Truthfully. A lot better than PMR's, shadowiness, whatever you want to call it. Be right back. L4 Vel, are you on PS5 or Xbox? Because I'm going to say, if you're on Xbox, I understand the frustrations with both games. But I was going to say, just get Forza Horizon for now. Forza Horizon is a breath of fresh air. So it'll separate you from the frustrations of these games, and you'll be able to, like, keep them more on the sideline and play them without feeling like you're forced to play them, you know? Forza Horizon, for me, this is crazy to say this, but for me, Forza Horizon was the best thing that could have happened to me for sim racing, because it allows me to branch out and not feel like I'm stuck in this, like, endless play loop. Sorry, I'm reading a comment that someone just brought up. So I have a Rennsport video that's Rennsport comeback in 2026. I made it myself, obviously. And I got a comment here from 24 minutes ago. Mind you, I'm streaming right now. Right now, I'm streaming. And it says, probably a sponsored video because I saw 2-player count per day in Steam DB. How is it good online racing when no one is online? Homie, come check out the stream. I'm live right now. And if you're in here, hi, welcome. What is Steam DB look like right now? Hold on. Let's find out. And that video, by the way, is like 6 months old. Just so we know. Rennsport concurrent players. Well, 78 on PC. 78 on PC. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no. 78 on PC and Rennsport right now. 44 on PMR. God, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. $280,000 on Horizon 6 on Steam right now. Oh. What's going on, Ethan? Size of the game, you can't. I'm actually surprised that the size of the game isn't bigger for how big the game actually is. Like, what you really should be upset with, Vel, is not the size of Forza Horizon 6 on your SSD, but is the size of games like Call of Duty. That it's a small geo sandbox shooter game that takes up half your hard drive. That's what you should be upset about. Just go back to pits. Already screwed up. The thing is, though, is that what I really, really, really like about Forza Horizon 6 is there's a lot of physics in it that are actually, believe it or not, now mind you, a lot of it is unrealistic and arcadey. But there are also quite a few physics in it that are more realistic than your favorite sim. Period. Disagree with me all you want, but my counter argument is go drive a car. And just drive it over the limit. And learn to control it. And once you figure it out in the real world, then jump in a sim, and then jump in Forza Horizon. Which one is more realistic past the limit? In any car on the planet. Forza Horizon. And it's not even close. I don't care if you disagree with me. I'll just go drive a real car. And I'll feel good about myself. Making sure we're fully clear. So this view actually hurts my eyes. Hold on. There we go. Jesus, understeer. Yeah, same, Fogbound. No sim you can control a drift or any kind of oversteer with throttle. It's like tires and sims are not real things. Like, obviously it's all, none of it's real. But I mean, I'm sorry, I still agree that it's forced difficulty. It's a forced difficulty narrative to create a skill gap. I have never not been able to drift any rear-wheel drive car in real life. In fact, the more power they have, the easier they are. And believe it or not, despite the videos you might see online, Mustangs are some of the easiest cars to drift. Yet, there's just an endless compilation of them driving into crowds. In fact, The biggest reason I chose to not drift my Mustang was because I got sick of changing tires on my previous car that I drifted all the time. It's hard to say, Shadow. Neither of them sound right. AC Evo, textbook. Textbook. If there's a compliment I have to give to AC Evo, go drive the GT3 Mustang. It does not get any more accurate than that. Even just the induction sound of a coyote is present. It is so good. So good. God, there's no force feedback, man! Don't be a Chevy guy, Fogbound. Alright. I'm done with quali. Would have been a kangaroo sound for the Ford. You own a Mach-E? I know, you already said. That's barely being a Ford owner, though. And you know it. That's barely being a Ford owner. I'm still waiting for AC Evo to be a anything way, for what it's worth. PC's always going to be more powerful, guys. Let's be honest. Looking forward to the next game console is the same thing as looking forward to the next graphics card on PC. At the end of the day, the price is always going to dictate the performance, and there's no way around that. That doesn't mean that consoles won't be good. Consoles are always good, but the problem with consoles is the 7 to 8 year life cycle. Whereas PC typically gets an upgrade to individual components every 2 years, when consoles get every 6 to 8 years, the end of life feels a lot more end of life than the PC parts. Especially when, like, flagship for flagship, like, say when, let's just say hypothetically when PS5 first launched in 2020, the best graphics card you could get for a PC was substantially more powerful than a PS5. Substantially more money as well. However, best for best, at the beginning of the console's life, which is when it's the most efficient financially, PC is still substantially better. And then 2 years later, the tech increases again on PC. 2 years after that, the tech increases again. So by the end of life of current gen PS5, it feels like it's a fish out of water in terms of comparisons. You know, that's just how consoles are, and you kind of have to accept that. That's why PS5's been doing the half step. You know, I mean, Xbox did it last gen with the, oh my god, they got festival events. I know what I'm doing this evening. By the way, this is my favorite kind of stream to do, guys. Comparison streams. These are always my favorites. They're entertaining. They're informative, at least from my own perspective. Look how much better their nighttime looks than PMR. I gotta say that, man. This looks way better than PMR at night. Look at the lighting! And the track popping was kind of ugly, but PMR does that too. But look how visible everything is. You guys ever seen Daytona at nighttime in real life? It's brighter than daytime. It's ridiculous how bright it is. Sense of speed's really good in this. You guys know how much I like my sense of speed. It's super aggressive and bouncy. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Yeah, believe it or not, I can only imagine what this looks like on console because this game is more power hungry than PMR. So the graphics comparison you're seeing right now today on my PC is essentially maxed out graphics, and I'm getting less frames in this than I am in PMR. Which means on console, when you're targeting 60 frames, and that's all the console can do, visuals are going to take a hit. .540p, yeah, that's bad. That's real bad. I will say the interior is the most video gamey look that I've seen in a minute out of all the Sims. PMR's interiors are real nice. They're going to look really good in VR. Like, really good. I really think PMR is going to do well when it gets VR. From a VR perspective. Because when I get in the, drag my mouse over the screen in PMR and you can see all the interior, it looks good. It looks really good. This looks very, very video gamey. Yeah, look at the rearview mirror fog bound. It barely sees anything. The pop-in is aggressive, though. Like, that's what kills me about a lot of these games. I will sacrifice some frames to stop seeing pop-in. I will render further away. I don't care. Give me the ability to do that. I don't care about losing some frames. I have no problem racing at 90 FPS if the visuals are stunning. That's a controller player in front of me. Oh yeah, he's a mess. I don't trust this guy behind me right now. Guy's headlights are reflecting on my windshield and I can't see. Guy struggles with the last sector pretty bad. The easiest sector. Not gonna lie, this is putting me to sleep. Probably because I'm tired, but it is putting me to sleep. Sure. I don't know where you say it's running at 50 FPS on console. I have it on PS5 and frame rate looks fine. My issue with PS5 is the visuals, not the frame rate. It needs a massive resolution bump. But it doesn't, it's not choppy at all. I don't know. What are you playing it on, Orbeez? Are you on an Xbox, Series S, Series X? What are you on? PS5, the frame rate's stable. The resolution is what suffers. But the online is rough, admittedly. The online is very bad at PMR. I am also a firm believer that I know it's meant to be inclusive and accessible, but Xbox Series S is so far past the end of life, they need to stop making games for it. Or doing what the Switch does, and have the graphics turned down so much that the experience is playable. Because Xbox Series S, guys, is very, very, very underpowered. Very underpowered. It's less powerful than a 1X. Oh! Where'd you come from? I'll take the last second win, though. Ha! Second place. I didn't do shit. Oh. All right. Second place. Yay. Real quick. I'm going to jump back over to PMR in a sec, but I want to jump over to Evo. Just to show you, since you asked about the Mustang sound and what I think about it. I don't really have an honest answer there, but I'm going to show you what the best sounding Mustang is from a accuracy standpoint. AC Evo's got this car dialed. Dialed. Now, Evo, dude, PC needs Evo. Fallujah. This game is so far not even close to done. Trust me, this game is so far from console, it's not even funny, I promise you. Right now, on PC, there's no reason to have this game, other than driving this Mustang. Come on, visuals, pop in. There you go. All right, listen to this car, by the way. This. I don't know what you guys like better, PMR or Rennsport, when it comes to the Mustang's audio. But this is what it should sound like. Oh, no, my pedals. I gotta bind my pedals. Oh, that's funny. Any game I haven't rebound my pedals in because I swapped for Horizon to fix that issue. Hold on. Okay. Gotta invert all the settings. This is so stupid. This game is very strange. How do I do that again? Invert axis. Yes, there we go. Brakes. Invert axis. Clutch, invert axis. Apply. Now we're ready to go. Anyway, this is what a Mustang is supposed to look like, or sound like. If you've ever driven, owned, or even been around a Coyote, I don't need to say anything else. It's the intake sound. The induction sound is what they nailed. This is what this car should sound like. Period. This is the sound of this car. So, say what you want about PMR, say what you want about ACC or AC whatever the hell, or Rennsport. This is the sound of this car. This is it. Max that TC out. That these tires are warm. It's because Art, it has the reputation of Kunos behind it. That's the thing. That's the biggest reason why AC Evo is still getting a pass even in its current state. They have Kunos good graces, or Kunos has good graces. You also think Forza Horizon 6 is copy and paste with slightly detail improvements, but you're on PS5, and which tells me, have you played it on someone else's? Because this should tell you all that you need to know about Forza Horizon from someone like me. Forza Horizon 5, 11 hours. Owned it since day one. 11 hours. 11 hours of playtime. Forza Horizon 6, 66.8 hours. I've had it a week. If it was copy and paste, I wouldn't be playing it because I hated 5. Use the bathroom quick. The character customization is absolutely copy and paste, but if in all reality, I could have done without it. If there was 0 characters in Forza, if they got rid of that entire segment, I would like the game better. I don't like the whole Me Too aspect of Horizon. How it focuses a lot on the player identity. I don't give a shit about that. I identify as the car that I am driving. This is the reality of being a car guy. You don't bring your car that you love to car shows for people to look at you. You want them to look at the car. That's what you're proud of. I don't go to car shows, take my shades off, get my jacket on, looking like I'm all trying to... No. If you're doing that, then you're not actually into cars. You're into yourself. That's the reality of it. Any real car person will agree with me. You only care about showing off the thing that you've put time into and care about. If you're into showing off yourself, you're not a car person. You're just more into yourself. That's why I don't like the identity shit in car games. I'm in them for the cars, not displaying a stupid character. This is it building shaders for the first time. It is a big track after all. Yeah, see, it's the, now after playing Rennsport, it's absolutely, SSAO. There's just no contrast in colors here and shadows. It's just so super overexposed and bright. But the graphics are super nice. They just, again, it comes down to, everything related to lighting. So shadows, lighting, reflections. They're all one and the same. That's what needs to get worked on in this game, visually. Every aspect of this game that suffers visually is related to those things. Not being able to see at nighttime, overexposed during the day. Let me, real quick, restart this race and put it into a time frame where it actually looks better. It's noontime, ain't it? Go 8 a.m. Only problem is you're going to get shitty looking shadow flickers because the sun's going to come through the trees and it does not look good. But it's all related to the same system that needs work. We got to go back one. Yes, I'm sure. Let's go back 1 hour. Let's go 7 a.m. because it is summertime. All right. The 3 body type, yeah, the stupid estate. I don't mind the estate because at least you're building a house, but like a garage. But the body stuff, yeah, I'm good with. Damn, what time of day do I got to race in? Let's see, we're already getting... The lighting is already getting better. I think 6 a.m. is going to look pretty good. It's going to have that nice tone to it. Full-blown sun over your head daytime looks very washed out in this game. I know it's going for a realistic vibe, but it doesn't look good. That's the reality of it. I don't want the lights on. You can't turn AI car lights off, so let's go back to 7. We'll get there, guys. Don't worry. 7 a.m. All right. This time we're going to race, I promise. Oh, there's no doubt, Art, that there is copy and paste assets and reused assets. There is no doubt. But the overall experience for me does not feel anything remotely similar to copy and paste. Oh, I meant to... Fuck it, we're in the Mustang.
The track needs rubbering in, so grip will be low for a while.
I don't like the sound of this car. Sorry. Sorry, guys. We'll get there. I promise. I promise we're going to do it. This race is going to happen. I meant to get in the AMG. Yes, the entire festival is copy-paste. The game itself, though, again, I hated 5. I love 6. It can't be a copy and paste game if I hated one it's supposed to be copied from. Oh. That's funny. I went to go predict the lights and it didn't drop because it's randomized now. That's funny. I have penalties off, which is why I didn't get a startup penalty. Oh, Jesus. Ooh. I feel like all of the negatives about Forza are people looking at the wrong things. Like, I don't even pay attention to the festival stuff. Like, it has no bearing on what I'm playing the game for. Driving the cars in the environment is why I play the game. And driving the specific types of cars. Like this lighting right here, this sunrise looks really good. Oh, shit. My frame rate is like real low right now. Yeah, we're on DLSS. Why that is. I will say these visuals look better. I wonder if they've changed something behind the scenes for Nords. Because this is a pretty low... Mind you, again, I am streaming, but this is the lowest frame rate I've seen in a while on Nords. Spec races are a lot of fun. Honestly, the racing in Horizon could be really, really, really good from a competitive standpoint if you could gather your own group of people. Some of the Muppets who play that game are, you can tell they're kids. Kids on a controller ramming you and not, you can't expect it to be any different. Again, I play Horizon for very different reasons. I don't play Horizon for competition. Unless it's drag racing. Then I'ma fuck you up. I think 6 is. I don't know about Motorsport. Where is my frame rate, man? Like, I'm using all of my GPU. I mean, this is a better experience than Rennsport. GT3's on Nords. Rennsport's got a lot of work to do. This, I feel like I'm actually, like, doing something. Force feedback, racing, trying. Rennsport, I was just kind of there. It was smooth, but about where it ended. Possibly. I don't know, though. I'll be honest with you, I'm on a Forza Horizon kick right now. And there's not enough people playing this game for me to justify streaming. From a multiplayer standpoint, anyway. Oh, butchered that completely. Let me see if I get my frame rate back on another track. Because I don't know where it is there. That was pretty low. That was pretty low. Sebring's always been solid. Let's see how Sebring is. I know I got 16 AI out, and I know I'm streaming, but I feel like I'm off the pace here, frame rate wise.
The track needs rubbering inmates, so group will be low for a while.
Yeah, we're pegged again. Well, we got headlights out here. Let's change the time. Let's change time of day and see if the headlights. I mean, the headlights were on there. They weren't on Nords though. Go noon. See if lighting, how much lighting affects the frame rate here. Yeah, there's our frame rate. So lighting is having a big effect on frame rate. So you're better off just racing at noontime, boys. By the way, you might not realize this, but any issues I have on PC are going to translate to console when it comes to frame rate. So if lighting, racing at 7 a.m. tanks my frame rate, it's going to do the same thing on a console. There's no magic beans that are separating the technologies here. There's just more horsepower in the PC. Oh. Yeah, PMR. I still have a soft spot for it, man. Just drives good. Except for the new NGTs. I hate to say it. Yeah, collisions and general, like, online bugs exist in this that might not exist in Rennsport. But the overall conclusion is, it's like, PMR is way out in front of Rennsport. Like, it's all by a mile. Like, it's... I was really hoping Rennsport's update today was a lot more composed, but, like, it feels like a 6-month, like, okay, so this is the truth be told here. My personal experience, opinion, yes, there are some good changes in update 2004 for PMR, but for the most part, it's a bit of a nothing burger. It makes a couple changes here and there, but it's nothing significant, nothing we need, right? And I could make the argument it ruined one of my favorite cars. But we're talking about 2 weeks since the last one. Right? Rennsport was 5 months since the last update. And it feels like a nothing burger where they added 3 or 4 cars and or 2 tracks. One was a fan-made track. Or community-made track. And not to mention, in a month's time, we're getting the next DLC for PMR. Which is how many cars? Let's watch the video. That's perfect. Wow, what a transition. Hold on. Let me pop up Discord here. That's the fastest way to watch the video. I haven't watched it yet, so this will work out pretty good. Oh, that was a crack. Oh, wow. I think I might pass out from that one. That was a good crack. All right, announcements. Watch the trailer. Pause. All right, let's watch this trailer.
Rated E for everyone.
Oh, I like the vibe. I like the vibe. 70s, 60s, I like it. I like it a lot. We need some afros. We need some bell bottoms. We need... I can't think of anything else from the 70s. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 new cars in a month's time. And I think 1 new track. Rocky Knoll Raceway. So, bad mustaches. Yes, that's a good one. That's a good one. Rennsport is saved, says Matt Sellings.
Hi everybody, welcome back to...
No disrespect, sir. No disrespect. But that wording is very clickbaity, and you
Rated E.
because Rennsport is absolutely not saved. Rennsport needs some work. I wish I could. Trust me, I'm rooting. I'm rooting for them all. Competition is good, boys. We want them all to do good. You don't want your favorite game only to do good. You want Forza Horizon 6 to be good. You want to know why you want Forza Horizon 6 to be good? Because you want all of the sim titles out there to go, shit, we're getting our ass kicked by Microsoft. And I don't think any of them is truly trying to compete because they can't beat the numbers. But that being said, this is the first Horizon or arcade racer game that has a good amount of physics in it to the point where I think it will actually remove some sim racery type people, the more casuals anyway. Guys like me, essentially. I'm a casual. I will wholeheartedly admit I am a tried and true casual. I don't want video game racing for me to be this like hardcore competition. For me, it's all about having fun and being casual. And I enjoy competitive racing. I enjoy a good sim. But I also enjoy having fun. And guys like me, Forza Horizon, you could lose business as a sim title. So anyway, you want them all to do good, truly. Right now, without a doubt, PMR is in front of Rennsport by a lot. By a lot. This is... unpopular opinion. You're not going to hear this much in the media. This game is better than AC Evo. Both games in their very, 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 very current state, this game is way better than AC Evo. Now, nobody in the modern day sim racing is going to say that, but it is. And now with Aris in charge, it's only going to get better. Whoa! I want to show you something here. What I want out of my online experience with this game. I want to show you something. I agree, Levy. I think the rest of most people will probably... Anybody who plays the games would agree with you there. Anybody shilling will probably disagree.
Expect low grip out there for a while, mate. Track is green. Track is green.
This is what I want online to feel like. See? Is that too much to ask of my netcode? Is that too much to ask of my old netcode. Give me those contact physics. They don't even need to be better than that. Just give me what the game already has. The audio is terrible for contact, but I can tolerate that. Oh, I did it there too. Look at that, folks. 0 ping. 0 ping. I phased into an AI car. Sora, you watching still? I know you know, but that sort of takes you a little bit off the hook right there, doesn't it? Contact physics are janky even when your computer or your hardware is processing everything with 0 latency. That was an AI car that I just phased into from contact. That is collision physics, folks. The source of the problem right there is not the netcode. The netcode just makes it worse. Can we all watch that again together? Here. Do that. Let's do that as a team. As a team, folks. As a team. Let's do this. Here we go. Someone say netcode one more goddamn time. Someone say netcode one more time. I know I just did. But someone else say it. Netcode isn't doing this. This is collision physics. This is not netcode. We are not online. This is single player. My computer is rendering my car and that AI. Let's watch it in real time. Oh, I did it there too! Not netcode. Collision. Collision. I've been bitching about collision physics for a while now. One more time. Just in case you didn't see it for the first 80. Right there. That is not netcode, folks. That is core game problem. It's the Sora of the problem. Remember, there is no spoon. 95 votes, folks. 95 votes. 75% PMR is better. I agree. I agree. Let me message Sora quick. See if he's watching. I'm glad I got that. I'm so happy I have that. I now have that as ammunition for all of the people talking about netcode and the collisions online. The source of the problem is the game itself. It's collision physics. And then when you add any level of ping to it, it exacerbates it that much. There is zero ping, 0 latency between me and the AI car that I just drove through. Poor gameplay. Poor gameplay. I'm glad I got it. In fact, I'm going to record it right now for future reference. That way I have it clipped already and I don't got to worry about it. Let's do this live. Mute the music. Do this. And now let's record this scene. The audio is terrible for contact, but I can tolerate that. Oh, I did it there too! Look at that, folks. 0 ping. 0 ping. I phased into an AI car. Okay, it's recorded. That's all. That's all I wanted to do right there was record myself recording myself. Talk about narcissism. That's all. That's all I wanted to do right there was record my... Shut up, me. Jesus. All right, I'm going to start up in a lobby. First, I am going to turn off my FPS thing, though. It's distracting. So it looks like the environmental lighting is a big effect on PMR's frame rate. Big effect. Man, the lighting in PMR is all the problems. Interesting. All right, let's get the game booted up, and I'm going to open up a lobby, so anybody who wants to play, now's your chance. You know what? Let's torture ourselves. Holland, there is so many questionable decisions. So many. Why are LMDHs in the game? They should have never been added until they were ready to go. They should have been a DLC, or at least part of a free DLC or something. If they had, like, those cars are still not right. All right. This is the track we're gonna run. NGT. I won so many ranked races on this. Not against anybody that was super fast, but this was an easy race for me. If I got in my groove, this is an easy car to drive around Mount Panorama, aka Bathurst. So, Damage off. Hot. Tire pre-warm. I know you're around, Holland. Well, you may not be around, but this is your jam. Anybody interested? This used to be an easy race for me. I'm curious if I can get this car around this track now. And if we can't populate a lobby, then I'm going to probably call it. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't voted yet, make sure you vote after today's stream. I feel like it's pretty clear right now. Anything we might have to say that's bad about PMR right now, I'm pretty confident we can all agree Rennsport is lesser. In the battle for last place, if that's what we're battling for at the moment. PMR's not in last. It does need join in progress, but it needs collision physics fixed. Like, desperately. See this, folks? This is why you can't stream this game right now. Oh, that's true, Mike. There's no doubt. Like, that's what I'm ready to go do. Actually, I'm ready to go take a nap and then get on Forza. Let me check here. PMR, concurrent players. This is, by the way, this is my number one reason why I'm not playing this game on stream. Number one. Yes, I want to play Forza, for sure. But we just had a patch come out yesterday for this. Just had a patch come out yesterday. Not a single individual to join the lobby. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. 7, 8. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lobbies with one person in them, the host. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's my thoughts on the LMDH update? They were bad. They're still bad. That's my shake. Going on, Texer? The next 2 hours is prime time for PMR for Steam numbers going by the chart pattern. Well, I couldn't get a single person in a lobby. All right. Now, real quick, I want to show you why I'm playing this game. Because then I'm probably going to get off. But I want to show you an example.
Welcome back, Evan.
I'm not playing drums. I'm just doing a couple of solo things, and then I'm getting off for a little bit. But I will be playing later, most likely. We can play then if you want. Y'all hear this thing? Let me turn the music off quick. Listen to this thing. Oh, lost it. I'm sorry, but if you don't like all of that, then you don't enjoy cars. Truly. If you think everything I just did there was lame and boring and of no interest to you, you don't like cars. What do you mean by default? me. Nope, mom go. In the settings menu, my advanced setup. Oh, no. Well, you can't go by my settings. You can't. Force feedback is such a specific thing, you can never go by someone else's settings unless you have the exact same wheelbase as them. Because I have wheelbase settings, I've got in-game settings. Everything's just so different. Happy to say you're proven wrong. No reinvention of the wheel, but it's better than I thought it would be. Yeah, for sure. For example, I can say that on my Simagic base, this game is actually pretty damn good for force feedback. Shockingly. This is an F40 on steroids, by the way. My base is set to 18 right now. It can go to 28, but it's at 18. No, Max sucks. Nobody needs that, ever. Good brakes. Oh, not good brakes. It isn't set up as a drift car. Technically, it's a grippy street car, but... See, throttle control. You know what you can't do in any sim? Throttle control. And do that. And I'm so tired of sims saying you can't do it. Because I can absolutely do that with a street car. Maybe not as fearlessly. Because it's a video game still. But the point is, if you've ever driven a rear-wheel drive car that has a little bit of horsepower, you know how easy it is to kick it sideways and control it. Screwed that one up. I love this car, man. Anyway, what we got here? Ooh, festival playlist starts today, whatever the hell this is. Oh, Eagles beating me again. Jumped right back to Forza Horizon 6. Yeah. Rough, man. I have hope for PMR to get polished over time. Rennsport, I don't know, man. I've any confidence I had with them in the early stages is gone. You know? I hope that they pull it off, and I hope the game gets better, but I mean, I don't have any confidence in it. I sure as hell won't deny it if it happens. But as of right now, this, for what it's worth, Black Meta, I've been streaming for 3 hours and 15 minutes. You can just go back. Literally 15 minutes ago, I was in PMR. And the entire stream before that was PMR and Rennsport, back and forth. Literally. Gotcha. Gotcha. Rennsport's rough. PMR is PMR. If you've played PMR anytime recently, you know what PMR is. But I can tell you that Rennsport's worse. I mean, look at the chat. Look at the chat. Look at the vote. 104 votes. PMR 76%, Rennsport 24%. That was in the beginning 50-50, and then people watched my stream. Oh. I think I have this thing converted to all-wheel drive. Yeah, I do. This has insane levels of force feedback, by the way. I have got my wheelbase dialed in. That's the wrong gear. Oh, we're dead now. Oh, that's okay. That's the arcadey stuff. Uh-oh. All that excitement for nothing! How you gonna argue with that? How you gonna argue with that? Eagles, I have a 4-rotor one. I have a 4-rotor RX-7 FD. And we're back. Has anybody turned damage? Actually, I'm curious. I'll just do it right now. Let's see what the damage model in this game, because I have damage off. I just have cosmetic damage on. Let's see. Simulation. None, full, or cosmetic and simulation. All right, let's see what this game thinks simulation damage is. What's it doing? Well, the car's a lot slower, I'll say that. So it does seem like the car gets a lot slower, but it doesn't, I don't think it does anything. Like, it just makes you, so far all it did was make me slower. Alright, I'm gonna have to teleport somewhere. I'm stuck. Let's put me on the highway. Yeah, this is Forza Horizon 6, yep. No, mine's got super... So there was a firmware update for my wheelbase yesterday, specific for this game, and it wildly changed my force feedback. Like, detail-wise. Like, look at my wheel right now when I'm turning. Oh, shit! Grip for days, boys! You ever want to know what a 787B with modern tires and all-wheel drive handles like? With modern technology? You're looking at it. Yeah, this is a fully modified 787B. This is not a production 787B. So one thing this game does really well is actually does do production cars really well. So for example, let me put this car back to default stock. Cars, upgrade and tuning, restore default upgrades. All right, let's go drive this car as a reimagined stock 787B. See what that drives like. Yep, that's about accurate. Too much. Spin it around. Come on, you got it. There we go. Oh, too much again. Let's just send it. Yeah, the traffic is clearly built in. There's no special treatment for PC where, like, you know, the game is built to be the game, and that's it. See, here's the thing. This is where I make the argument that a lot of the physics in this game are more authentic to real life. This thing is equally as useless as it is in PMR, spinning its ass off. However, you can drive it through the spin sideways. Now, this, I'm sure, is a little forgiving, but PMR, sadly, is probably second best at it, and all of the other sims are saying, nope, you can't do this. When in real life, you can. You can easily control oversteer. You got to countersteer, and you have to manage throttle. And I get really aggravated when sims say, no, you can't do that. Like right there, that was too much. kick the ass out. This car has the power to just throttle into a drift. See? The hardest part about controlling a car like this in real life in a drift would be dealing with the G-forces and all the snapping you around that the car is actually doing, because you're moving and you're not stationary. But the actual throttle control is very simple. Just like that, see? This car, I will say, this car is a wild ride to try and control. It's got so much power and it's so light. Yep, go on by. Oh, we're dead. What's up with my poll questions lately? Well, polls aren't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be a question, and you have to figure out the answer. I mean, bottom line is, if you watched the stream today and you saw my experience, I feel like it's a very easy question. I just played the games. I got for one color. Where's my orange and green livery, man? There it is. Oh man, this brings me back to Gran Turismo 7, boys. Look at that. Would you just look at it? There we go. Now it's a 787B.
Want someone to really know it's you when you're out on the road? 2 words. Novelty car horn. Actually, no, is that 3 words?
Hold to preview. You already know they need to have. JD, I did play Rennsport. I played PMR and Rennsport for 3 hours. That's where my comparison came from. Oh, Doom? Oh my god. Oh my god. What's the high? That's incredible. Oh my god, I got killer instinct. I can't. This is incredible. I mean, the Doom stuff's incredible because it's both of them. Anyway, get the idea. We need to get this in here. Hold on. Or... Well, there's a lot in the sound effects. Oh my god, are you kidding me? This... I'm such a loser that I'm into this. How is there no, car horn for Dukes of Hazzard? Man, that's a bummer. All right, where was it? The one I'm going with. One I've decided on. Yep, we're going with sirens. All right. Hold on. All right, I'm done. That's going to do it for me, folks. We're done streaming. We're done dicking around. I want to actually dick around with this a little bit more off stream. So, Eagles, if you're around and want to dick around, let's dick around. Anyway, folks, that's going to wrap it for me. I hope you got something out of this little comparison. Here's the chart. Here's the poll. The end poll result is, which is better, PMR, Rennsport? 76% say PMR, 24% say, Rennsport. 111 votes total. So, let that sink in. Unfortunately, Rennsport's 5 months update for me. I'm not going to play it. Well, I'll obviously I'll keep track of updates and pay attention to it, but for now, I'm not pulled back in by anything I saw today or anything I felt today, unfortunately. So, anyway, folks, it's been fun, but I will see you when I see you next. I don't know when that's going to be, but for now, we're going to chill. Hope you all have a good one. Bye-bye.